doing today? Gotta start our video off right. Okay, so we're coming to you today with Back to the House Build video. I hope some of you got to enjoy the fasting video. If you didn't, please go back and watch it. I think it was real informative. You know, leave your thoughts, leave your comments if you got any questions. Notice we don't get a lot of response on some of these things. So I don't know if, you know, some of you kind of feeling it, just don't know what to say. I don't know, but nevertheless, you know, feel free. You know, if you got something you want to speak to, even if you got a topic you would like for us to speak on, you know, we would enjoy that as well. So what we're going to do today is we're talking about the back deck, the back of the house. As you know, we took a break from the inside and started working on the outside to try to get the outside kind of functional and with the weather, okay? Because as you know, we're always speaking to the weather, and speaking about the weather right now, there was a hell of a tornado situation in Tennessee yesterday. You got one hitting North Carolina today. So, you know, we do get our share of winds out here. We don't get any tornadoes or anything like that, but you know, we want to make sure the outside of the home is stable and functionable related to the weather, because we're always, you know, for lack of a better phrase, preaching to you guys about the weather and the things coming. So we're going to talk about the deck. So that's what we did. So the back of the house, we had to fix some things, and our solution to fixing what we made errors on in the beginning of our build was we put cement block around the back porch area. So what we did was, when we first built the back, we didn't really know shit. I mean, we didn't. You know, I ain't gonna lie. We was watching YouTube, studying, and you know, never doing this stuff. You gotta be careful.
You do.
You know, and I guess that's our point of this video. We're starting to see some people out here doing their thing, you know, and we want to make sure we send you guys this message. Be careful, you know, be careful about your planning. Be mindful. If you don't have blueprints, you know, I don't even know how many goddamn videos I said.
That damn architect.
You know, that damn architect.
Gotta have that architect.
You know, if you don't have any blueprints,
you better draw it out the best way you can.
I'm gonna be serious. You know, some people out here spending money on this, spending money on that. If you're really serious about this life, act like it. You know, spend that bread where it's part of the functionality. If being the operative word. For some people, you know, this might be their getaway, and that's cool. You know, for us, this is our permanent, final reality residence, and for us, functionality is a must. So, you know, so we had to fix what we screwed up on. So what we screwed up is we didn't quite slope the cement slab away from the house. We made it level, which we shouldn't have done. So we had to fix that. We built the back of the house out of 2x4 instead of 2x6. And because we're preaching to you guys about this weather, we already know we're going to get high winds out here. You know, we're telling you now, you're going to see winds at 150 miles an hour hitting cities. And that's going to be the normality. And you're seeing it right now. You know, you're seeing tornadoes at night. The way they taught us in school, you ain't never supposed to see a tornado at night. You know, it's supposed to be the concept of the clash of the sun creating heat with a cold front. Well, if you're getting it at night, there is no sun. So how are you getting a tornado? But that's a story for another day. But nevertheless, I'm letting you know now, you are going to see winds at a very high magnitude, and it's going to start becoming more of a normality. So we had to fix our screw up, because I don't want to lose that back room. Because that's where our functionality to this house is. You know, our solar panel is in there, the water system, hot water, you know, the washer and dryer, you know, freezer, you know. So there wasn't something for us to dilly-dally with. So we had to come back and we put cement block around it to kind of defray any structural damage that could happen from wind. Okay, so I'll let my wife speak to her thoughts on that. I don't want to over monopolize the phone.
Well, not only that, but for those of you like that live in Arizona, Texas, areas that are considerably, for the most part, warm and don't have really a lot of cold weather. My suggestion for those of you that are building, especially in climates like that, make sure you take in consideration as you build your house to build in such a way that it can withstand any high temperatures, any extreme low temperatures, and wind and rain. You need to think about all of that because it only takes one scenario, and I'm going to remind you guys of what happened in Texas when they had that deep freeze and you had people dying in their own home because they had never experienced that. Their homes aren't built for that, and they just never anticipated it. And it only takes one event, and that one event can set you back or just destroy everything. And for those of you that are building yourselves or intending on building, the last thing you want to do is build something, put in all that hard work, time, money, and energy, and then it's destroyed all because you did not think about, what could happen in the event the opposite of what you're used to occurs.
That's real. That's real. And I'll go back to one of our first events here, our basement.
Yeah, basically destroyed.
Got destroyed.
Right after we were totally done, I painted the walls. It was
Covered
all
it up.
covered.
So,
and it looked like somebody put a bomb in that
Yeah, it
thing.
did,
We
it
got
did.
that much rain, and that was the only time we ever got that much.
yeah, we got 3 inches of rain in an hour.
Exactly.
And I had just dug the trench for the water line from the pressure station pump house to the house. So I was bringing the water line into the basement. So I had just dug it. However, my dumb ass, I didn't put the dirt on the side of the slope of the land. So it's called a berm. So I should have put the dirt on the right side because my land slopes to the left as a hill slope. But I put the dirt on the left side. And sure as shit, it rained. And it rained. I mean, it was so crazy. Me and Jamie were standing
We were standing
next to each other and yelling at each other.
Yeah, because we couldn't even hear each other, and we were like this close to each other, and that's just how heavy the rain was coming down, and you couldn't see nothing outside. All you saw was white.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. It was something I never experienced.
Never
before.
seen anything like that.
Yeah.
So I leave the house after the rain stops, and I walk over, and the basement's filled with water. I mean, it's just filled. And I just see the whole cement walls just collapsed in.
Yeah.
And we put the rebar was mangled and just
like
twisted.
it was straw.
Like, I'm like, damn.
Seriously, no exaggeration.
Yeah, and I walked around for an hour before I went and told my wife what happened because I was like, okay. Yeah, but that was a real event.
It was.
And it was something for us, it also turned out to be a blessing in disguise, but that's a story for another time. Mm-hmm. But the point that we're trying to express to you is that those of you who are choosing to build, if you're going to build on your own, be very mindful and be very careful. There's a young lady, I don't want to put her on blast, but she has a channel, melanated couple, and they're in Arizona, and she just put up her barn dominium. And you see her mostly, it's mostly her channel. Her husband's never in it. I've seen him once or twice. So I'm making the presumption he's probably doing a lot of the work, making money, while she's probably facilitating the build. That's the vibe I get from the channel. But the point is, she put this barn dominium up and poured a cement slab. No plumbing whatsoever. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what the fuck is she thinking? You can't run plumbing on the outside of the house, and plumbing must go down immediately. It can't go out and then dig it down on the outside. It won't work like that. Like when you have a toilet, it got to go drop. Yeah. It can't go out and then curve. Yeah. So I'm watching it and I want to say something to her, but I don't want to sound like I'm hating, so, but I'm like, baby girl, you about to dig up all your shit because you got to lay that plumbing. But what was crazy about it is she's running around here buying mirrors and dressers and just buying shit for the house that you ain't got no water, you ain't bought no solar system, you ain't even put a water tank on the. I mean, the very first thing you should do when you go off grid is put a fucking water tank, 2,500 or 5,000 gallon tank. Yeah. If you don't do that, you're really on some bullshit. You know, I'm just gonna be honest and be 100. I ain't trying to pull no punches. I ain't trying to, you know, if you're gonna do this, then do it. If you're doing it for, you know, a staycation and some shit like that, then that's one thing. Okay. But if you're doing this thing and you're trying to really be off grid, you must. Number one step is think about functionality. Yeah. Water, electricity, and waste. Yeah. You must think about those three things before you go spending bread on any other shit and doing anything else. You better have those systems purchased or lined up of how you're going to purchase them, when you're going to purchase them, and half-assed install them. You know, one of the mistakes I made that my wife saved my ass on is when we were putting the containers on our foundation pillars. You know, I was only going so high. My wife was like, "No, you better go higher." And I was like, 24 inches. She's like, no, you better go higher. So
you're gonna have to get up under there.
Yeah, she said you're gonna have to get up under there, and thank God, you know. And she told me to put a tarp down because she said you don't want to be crawling up under there in that dirt.
Right.
And I was like, okay, you know. I was like, whatever. But shit, when that shit came, and then when I got to the plumbing part, and I had to study the slope,
right? Because we didn't even know
we didn't know about that.
You know.
Yeah. And when we started studying it, I was like, fuck.
And we just made it.
Yeah, we like literally.
We just made it to where we can slope our exit pipes, the proper measurements to go down to our septic.
Yeah, so you got to think about that stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, I feel for old girl, you know, because she's on this, you know, cutesy wootsy thing, and she's not thinking about functionality. So, you know, I don't know. I hope this video finds its way to her. Maybe it helps her. But for those of you, if you are going to do your own thing, if you got the bread, go get some blueprints. If you don't have the bread, then you better study, and you better study hard. Yeah.
You know, you know, everybody's, you know, you good with the fencing your property. You know, for us, we fenced our property, but the first thing we did was buy a water tank. And the water tank comes in handy not only for your personal living and functionality of need of it, but also for those of you that got generators and you need propane for your RV. They won't put a propane tank on your property unless you have a water tank with a spigot.
That's real.
You don't have to have a water drill, but you do have to have a water tank with a spigot on your property, or they won't bring propane to your property. Same thing with gas. We haven't shown our gas tank, I don't think, in any of our videos, but we do have a regular 300 gasoline, because we are far from a gas station. And when you're first getting started and you're living in an RV, the use of a generator and going through that gas is real. And you will need a gas tank, and they will bring you a regular gas or a diesel fuel tank on your property, but you must have water. So I cannot emphasize that enough. The prices on them have gone up since we've moved out here, but it's just important.
Yeah. So think about functionality, guys. You know, if you're going to do this yourself, functionality is a must. Yeah. And we're giving you that message from love. We're giving you that message to help save any of you some of the heartache and drama. This old girl, she's about to have some drama.
Yeah.
She's about to spend a lot of bread to have to cut that cement out.
Yeah, just to
and
get some
and then to dig. And then she's going to have to more than likely take off part of the house because you can't get no equipment in there. And that digging is going to have to be with a backhoe.
Yeah.
So I don't know what she got in her brain, of how she think that's going to work.
Yeah.
But you got to put the plumbing in, or you got to make sure your stuff is elevated.
Yeah, and you have to make sure you do skirting as well, which is what you will see in this video, because last thing you want is cold air to get under your house and get to those pipes and freeze.
Yeah. And you don't want snakes up under there, because that's
Right.
we had one
Y'all
video,
saw that video.
a couple of videos back. That's only time we ever had some snakes. We saw
Yeah.
2 snakes out here,
Yeah.
and they got up under the house because it was cool.
Yeah.
When you're in this desert, there's a lot of things you have to anticipate that you don't think about coming out of a city.
No, you don't.
I mean,
You just don't know to.
Yeah, you just don't know. You have no basis,
Right.
of comprehension to even think about it. So we was working on a block wall, and we just heard something rattling. The dogs heard was barking. And then we came down and we heard something rattling. And, I went and grabbed my gun, popped him a couple of times.
He was still moving.
He was still moving. I was like, damn.
Both of them.
And then the second one came out. I said, wait, man, ain't no way that snake got over there, man.
I know, right?
So it was 2 of them. And, and we had just had some cats missing. They couldn't figure out where they went.
And that's where they went.
And so, you don't want your RVs, you don't want your house to have anything where stuff can get up under it. Yeah. And when we saw her channel, they dug it up, they raised it up on a dirt platform and then poured the slab. But like I said, she didn't put no plumbing in there, And I'm gonna speak about this barn dominium stuff a little more in another video, but I'm just gonna throw this out here. When you're in the desert, be mindful about building a house out of metal. Out here, these people are a little, how do I say, not up to date in some of their thinking, because some of the things they do out west is a little old school.
It is.
Compared to some of the things we do in the city. And people that come out here from the city will kind of follow these people's lead. Be careful of that. Right. Because you do not want to build a home out of metal without any insulation on the outside. If that sun starts hitting that metal, do this. Take a piece of steel, put it out in the sun for a day, and then you go touch that steel for an hour. And then you go touch that and see what that feels like.
Right. Same thing in the cold.
Yeah, same thing in the cold. Mm-hmm. And you have to imagine now, what is it going to take to heat that place?
Right.
And what is it going to take to cool that place?
Especially in an environment like Arizona, where it's
New Mexico.
3 digit degrees is a
Arizona's
normality.
super hot. Yeah, she's in Arizona.
To go hard on that insulation. You can't take for granted the insulation. The insulation is real. Yeah. I don't care what environment you're in.
Yeah, that saves our ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Seriously. I can't emphasize that one enough.
We went hard, and if you go back and watch it, we put insulation on the outside, foam board. We put spray foam on the inside, and we put rock wool, which is better than fiberglass. Mm-hmm. And then the back room we built out of cement block and filled all the cells, which is also insulation because it creates mass. Yeah. So, we just want to leave you guys these thoughts. We hope you enjoyed the video. Yes. We won't preach about it too much, but at the end of this, be mindful. Right. Think. If you don't do it yourself, or if you're going to pay somebody, be prepared to come out that pocket. We want to leave you in love, peace, truth, justice, and freedom. To y'all, family, peace.
Be free.
Be free. yet.
No, you ain't saying nothing.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
I'm so trying to get this done. Forgive me. So what we're doing is we're adding this cement block to our back deck, right? So we're gonna put a extra storage compartment out here just for like the big vacuum cleaners, mops, and stuff like that. Cause we made the closet, but like I said, that tiny house shit, don't believe that bullshit. You need space.
Right.
So we're gonna put that back here, and then the cement block is gonna also help block the wind as it comes to the house, because we stick built this part, and the cement will block some of this wind from, as you can look out and see it still. We ain't got around the rock and all that. So sometimes we still catch a little wind on windy days coming in through our back, through the back of the house. And we don't want that. So another thing it's gonna do is it's adding some protection on the outside of cement block, which will make it not get so hot in there either. Because now the cement block will act, catch some of that heat. So that's what we're doing. So that's what you're gonna watch us do. And we've been getting these late starts. We've been wanting to get out here a lot earlier, but
Yeah, get done.
yeah, it's been rough, man.
It has.
It's been rough.
Trying to find balance.
Yeah, trying to find balance. I want it all done now.
No, I know, right?
And my wife has to keep telling me
Nope.
that that's not allowed. I don't believe her, though. I think she's full of it.
I'm only full of it when you have it all down.
So hopefully we'll have this done in a minute.
In a minute.
And we're deciding what we're going to do. If we're going to put any kind of... We're going to put our garage going this way. So kind of see where that gutter is laid out. That's going to be where the garage is. It'll turn in this way. It'll be a 24-foot by 24-foot garage. And yes, it will have an automatic door opener. Just like all the garages back home. So we're probably not going to get to the garage this year, though.
No, that's the next year
Yeah,
project.
we'll get to that next year.
Well, thank you. Put those in there.
Yeah, we're not going to get to that this year. But we will get to it eventually. So, hope you're enjoying the videos. I'm sure y'all done peeped out our piece at the beginning of this video if we ain't read in the other video. But hope you guys are enjoying the videos. We want to tell you we thank you for keeping up, watching and see how two people can get this done without no knowledge. Just take some time and energy. Figure it out. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, buddy.
Keep that with commitment. So this is that commitment we was talking about. Just keep going.
Keep going.
I know y'all be like, damn, they got another video that ain't done yet. No, we got a little ways to go.
A little ways to go. We'll be done one day.
We'll be done next year.
Not today.
Not this year. Next year we'll be done. Yeah, next year we will definitely be done. So, till next time, peace. Be free. Okay, I hope you guys are having a great day today. We got a beautiful one out here today, but we got a cold one coming tonight. Woo! It's gonna be 20-something degrees tonight. Pay attention to this weather. But anyway, so what you're seeing we've done is, in this video, we got our block up. We still gotta put our capstones on. We haven't done that yet, but we're gonna do that. But right now, before we get to that, what we're trying to do is we're trying to close this up right here so we can get this closed so cold air can't come under the house. Okay, so we hadn't gotten to this yet, so since we were doing the block around, we're kind of finishing this up. Then once we get this done, we'll have some block that it's going to go on the top of here that's going to come plumb to this, that'll go around, that'll meet this one. Then once this block is up, I can finally finish this. I haven't been able to finish that because this wasn't there, because I kind of need that as a basis, because I got to cut some stuff off, but you'll see that later down the road. So one of the things we got to do with this is, because this gas pipe goes under here, we don't really have any codes, but when the gas people put the line in, they said, well, you want a certificate. A certificate is that you pass compliance because of homeowners insurance, right? So we got to make sure, because of homeowners insurance, that we have certain things met from a compliance perspective. So for some of you out there doing things, if you are off grid, if you own your own land and you don't live in a city, then you really don't have no codes, right? Counties really don't carry the codes, but you might still have to pass certain inspections for compliance issues for your insurance. So if something ever happens, I need my homeowner's insurance to pay. But if I didn't have the proper, you know, like with my septic, or the proper thing for my solar, or the proper thing for this gas, then the insurance company can say, I ain't giving you shit. So we want to make sure that don't happen. So one of the things we got to do is this has to be ventilated. So me and my wife came up with this idea, to where she painted some vents and we drilled some holes in the block, and we're going to just turn the block backwards, and then we're just going to put these on that, so when I put the block in place, it'll just look like a vent, but it'll have holes, so it'll be ventilated. So we'll have met their inspection requirement. Right. So, so that's one of the things we're doing. So that's what you're going to see us do to here. This video should wrap this side up. We got a little more on the trimming. We got our trimming painted, so that should be in this video. We'll finish up all our trimming. We're just waiting on a battery charger. I messed around and left my charger out at night, and I think it got wet and won't charge my battery now. So it should be here Monday. So by the time this video go up, that'll be done. But anyway, so for all you out there getting ready, you know, doing your thing, peace and love be to you. We're wishing you much speed, much abundance. We hope all the plans are going the way you need them to go. Only 2 cents is, you know, be mindful and don't be in a hurry. Take your time. Peace. Hey everybody, how you doing? All right, so we're coming to the end of the back. All right, so we got most of our trimming in. So what I gotta do now is get this gutter on here, and then we got the door. You probably won't see the door in this video because we're gonna wrap this up, and you know, we gotta go to town in a few days, so we're trying to get this video posted. So the door is gonna probably be the last thing that you won't see done. But we'll have to get this gutter up. We got a little bit of touch up to do on a couple of little spots with some painting. But fundamentally, the wall is up. The back porch is just about done. So we're gonna finish this, get this gutter on. Then when I put the gutter on, I'm gonna put this piece on here so that the water when it comes off, I can go up under the ground just a little bit here, bring it over here, and then these pieces here will go in the ground and carry the water. Then when I come up here, I'll come off of a PVC pipe, and then it'll water my bushes when it does rain. Anyway, but that'll really be next year when we get the benefit from that. But that's the plan with that. So at least we're using our water when you're off grid, and you know, I don't want to be using unnecessary if I don't have to. So then I'm thinking I might put a rain catch right here later. Haven't quite made that decision yet, but just sharing some of our thoughts, because you know, when you're out here in these deserts, they're pretty. We get our blue sunshine every day.
Yeah, but you don't get rain.
But you don't get a lot of rain.
Well,
and you see all these trees, and you're probably saying, well, how they don't get a lot of rain? They got real trees out there.
mm-hmm.
You know? Good thing these junipers don't need a lot of rain. But
Right.
we are getting more rain lately, you know, compared to when we first got here. But it's still got ways to go. So
Yeah.
we're going to try to finish this up, because we're going to take us a vacation in a minute.
Yay. Finally.
Finally, 6 years before we finally took a vacation. 6 years.
Yeah, I know, right?
Long time,
That's
player.
a long time.
So hopefully I don't screw this up.
You won't screw up.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Ah, yeah. Hey, Amaru. Only if you're ready, 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 ready. Let's go. I'm only looking for loyalty. All I need from you. I'm thinking you be the one for me. I can see it on you. Your love that do me every time. Need you by my side, we gon' shine. Baby girl, you know you royalty. I've been waiting for you. Me no care about all the noise, but I'm digging your station. See how you got my head spinning with a body rotation. Body rotation. Couple of days went by, now I'm losing my patience. Go ahead, drop a pin, girl, wanna know your location. What's your location? Had to pull a plug on your ex, now you coming my way out. I can switch it up for you, girl, I'm no longer a player. See that pretty face on my screen, that'll make my day out. Bea. I'm only looking for loyalty. All I need from you. I'm thinking you be the one for me. I can see it on you.